Hi, I'm Brian. Kettle's on, make yourself a cup of tea. Now today I want to talk about the news that Lashana Lynch has been confirmed to be the new 007 in the latest James Bond film, No Time to Die. But before that, I just wanted to say thank you to everyone who subscribed to the channel. The channel now has over 100 subscribers, and I just want to thank everyone that has subscribed. So, back to the article. Lashana Lynch has been confirmed in an interview that she is taking the role of, or taking the title of 007, not the role, in the new James Bond film. Now, how this is going to impact the Bond franchise going forward will remain to be seen. Now, the article I'm reading here is from Bounding Into Comics. The title, I think, is a bit of an overreaction. James Bond franchise kills itself. I don't think that might be the case. It does say here, James Bond franchise is killed off by confirming Lashana Lynch's character in the upcoming No Time to Die movie will inherit the title of 007. But that's the title of 007. She's not playing James Bond. James Bond in this film has retired and left the British Secret Service, and 007 is his code and his position in the Secret Service. So in a narrative wise for the film, with James Bond not being in that role, the role of 007 does need to be filled, and Lashana Lynch's character Naomi has been given that title. It's like if anyone left the job, that job position wouldn't be kept open indefinitely, it would be given to somebody else, and that's all that could have happened here. But let's have a look at the article. Harper's Bazaar published an interview with Lynch with the headline that reads, Lashana Lynch on making history as the first black female 007. Yasser Daly Ward, who wrote the article, also stated, Today, on a still Saturday morning in August, Lynch is doing precisely that, chatting to me warmly and directly about her latest and surely career-defining role in No Time to Die, the Bond franchise 25th release, in which she stars as Naomi, the secret agent who inherits the 007 title while Bond himself is in exile. So again, just the title of 007, not taking over the role as James Bond. Later in the article, Delia Ward would add, We saw this in her nuanced, solid performance as single mother and pilot Maria Rambeau in last year's Captain Marvel, in which she successfully stretched the bounds of what a hero is meant to be, and we will see it again in her outing as the first ever female 007. While the article doesn't offer any quotes from Lynch confirming she will be 007, there is one that heavily implies she will be 007. Lynch started, and one black woman, if it were another black woman casting a role, it would have been the same conversation, she would have got the same attacks, the same abuse. I just have to remind myself that the conversation is happening, and that I am part of something that will be very, very revolutionary, Lynch added. According to Harper's Bazaar, the comment came in response to a discussion about the rumours that Lynch's character would be taking the role of 007 in the film. These rumours surfaced back in July 2019. The Daily Mail reported Lynch would play Agent 007. Their source claimed there is a pivotal scene at the start of the film where M says, Come in 007, and in walks Lashana, who is a black, beautiful, and a woman. It's a popcorn dropping moment. Bond is still Bond, but he's been replaced as 007 by this stunning woman, a source says. The same source would also claim that Craig's James Bond would attempt to seduce Lynch, 007. The source elaborated, Bond of course is sexually attracted to the new female 007 and tries his usual seduction tricks, but is baffled when they don't work on a brilliant young black woman who basically rolls her eyes at him and has no interest in jumping into his bed, well certainly not at the beginning. The source described the film as a Bond for a modern era who will appeal to a younger generation while sticking true to what we all expect in a Bond film. There is spectacular chase sequence and fights, and Bond is still Bond, but he's having to learn to deal with the world of #MeToo. The official 007 account would share Harper's Bazaar article appearing to confirm Lynch will be 007. As for a character in No Time to Die, Lynch commented, A character that is too slick, a cast iron figure that is completely against what I stand for. I did not want to wait an opportunity when it came to what Naomi represent. I searched for at least one moment in the script where black audience members would nod their heads, tutting at the reality but glad to see their real life represented, and in every project I'm part of, no matter the budget or the genre, the black experience that I'm presenting needs to be 100% authentic, she explained. Now this part here the black experience which I'm presenting needs to be 100% experience. Not all black people will have the same experience. They won't all see the same thing. It's very grouped together way of thinking, and I don't think it's right. Not everybody will look at that and go, that's representing me. And I think for her to have this attitude of she's representing every single black person out there is wrong. There's many different people from many different walks of life, and they're not all going to agree with what she said here. You can't just paint everyone with the same brush. It's not right. Yes, there will be people out there, there will be black people out there that watch this film and see something of themselves in it. But also there will be other black people out there that watch this film and don't see anything of themselves represented in it. So to say that she's representing everyone is a big, broad statement to make. I mean, I've not got anything against Lashana Lynch. I'm sure she is a great actress. But I do think saying the black experience is a very wide brushstroke to say against an entire race of people. Because, as I've said, not everybody will have the same experience. So by her saying the black experience, it's like she's saying every single black person out there has experienced this and I'm going to give them representation, when that's not the case. It's like me saying I represent all white people out there. I don't. Many different people have many different experiences and a lot of different life experiences which shape how they see things. And it's just my opinion that it's a very broad fact. It's not even a fact, it's just a very broad opinion of what she's got to say she's representing everyone. But there's some more to the article here. Former Bond girl Trina Parks, I apologise if that's pronounced wrong, who played Thumper opposite Sean Connery in Diamonds Are Forever, reacted to the rumour at the same time stating, Lashana is a great actress, but I don't really agree with her becoming 007. I don't have a problem with becoming 007, but I will talk about that in a moment. It's not about her colour, a black James Bond sure, but as a man. Perks continued, it's just because Bond, the spy code name 007, was written by Ian Fleming as a man. Miss Bond doesn't have the same ring to it. I think there are lots of movies already where you have a woman taking centre stage, defeating men, and I like that, but I don't feel James Bond has to go there. It's been a tremendous franchise since the 60s, there's always been innovators, not followers. They set a standard, and has remained a classic film with a man as Bond. That's how I think it should stay, she elaborated. Not only did Harper's Bazaar claim Lynch is playing 007, but they also claim that her role in the film is to confront stereotypes around race and gender that have persisted for far too long. Much like most films and TV shows are putting this out there. Lynch stated, I'm very grateful that I get to challenge those narratives. We're moving away from toxic masculinity and what's happening because women are being open, demanding and vocal and calling out misbehaviour as soon as we see it, she added. Lynch went on to say she plans to use her platform as a celebrity for change. She stated, we're not stick figures. Now we're in a time when artists have enough collective energy to invoke change. There's real work to be done. There are frank conversations to be had. A magazine cover is already pretty, the words don't have to be. The No Time to Die actor said. In fact, Lynch says she's already speaking up on set. She explained, as I have come more into myself, I have found ways to remain respectful to others, but still true to myself. She continued, if something felt misrepresented or inaccurate, for example, the dynamic between a mother and her child, or the way we might wrap our hair to sleep at night, I had to learn to speak up. I've been cast to tell an authentic story, and that's what I'm going to do. Lynch would go on to claim her main job is her culture's fight. However, she also stated, as a newcomer to some of these spaces, on a Monday morning you're speaking up, making your point heard on set, and by lunchtime you've got to get on with the job. Energy pure and intact, so you can give your best work. And then just goes on to say what you make of Lynch's comments. Well, I've said my comments, I don't think she can say it's representing all black people in this film because that's a broad stroke and there's many different walks of life. But that's not what I'm here for. My take on this is Lynch isn't going to replace James Bond. She's taken over the codename of 007. That's all it is. It's a codename. It is part of the job and it's a position that needs to be filled. We've had other 00 agents in other James Bond films and this is no different. It's just a position. However, what I think they will do is see how well this movie performs. If it gets a good reaction, I think they will seriously consider moving forward with the next James Bond film with Lashana Lynch as 007 heading it up. And if it doesn't perform well, I think that they will recast Daniel Craig and 007 will again be passed to a male actor. Whether that's a white male actor, a black male actor, that's for other people to decide. But I do think it will be passed back to a male actor if this film doesn't perform as well as they are hoping. How well this film will perform, I personally don't think it will perform as well as they're hoping. I mean, not because of this announcement. I mean, everybody pretty much knew Lashana Lynch was going to be 007 in the film. The reasons this film, I think, will underperform range from 007, sorry, not 007 now, James Bond being portrayed as a father figure who's walked out on his family, so he's a bad dad, so to speak. He's James Bond, he's chasing other women, that's going to be portrayed in a negative light, and essentially he's going to be a watered down James Bond from what I've seen. I mean, the second trailer they've released for the film had to have more action in it because of the complaints from the first trailer where Bond was pretty much being neutered. But I think the main problem this film has had is due to the pandemic. Obviously, it's being pushed back not once but twice, and what little excitement there was for the film is slowly dying out with every time it's pushed back and the more information that is being leaked. Personally, I will still see the film. I've seen all James Bond films so far, but I do think Daniel Craig's tenure as Bond hit its peak in Casino Royale. I do believe the Bond films have not been great what he's been in. They've not been the worst Bond films, with the exception of Quantum of Solace. That was a terrible film. But I do think the franchise is already suffering and is nowhere near as good as it used to be. But that's my thoughts on this story. Please let me know what you think in the comments. Are you looking forward to the film? Do you think Lashana Lynch will make a good 007? And do you think she will continue in the title role in future films? That's all from me. I'm off to make a fresh cup of tea.